Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. If you're watching on replay, thanks for dropping in. Just like to say Happy New Year to everybody. I've been working over the New Year, so I spent the first minutes of 2022 at work. Actually, the first hour. So, haven't been on as much. I got home at 1 o'clock this morning. I was meant to be off for a few days. Just got a phone call about 30 minutes ago. They want me to go back in and do a 12-hour shift tomorrow. So, ongoing story. Hi, Carly. Happy New Year. Hi, Valerie. Happy New Year. So, we have an issue with coronavirus at work. 8 of the chefs have coronavirus. And 1 waiter. So we're running with a skeleton staff, and my boss is off sick. So I have to go in and Happy New Year. I don't speak French. Bonjour. That's about it. Oui, oui, mademoiselle. And that's it. Sorry, don't speak French. So yeah, it's a bit crazy at work. I've been doing 12-hour shifts and 13-hour shifts. So I'm back in tomorrow for another 12-hour. I've totally lost track what day it is. Yeah, it's a lot. So the chefs that are left are all having to come in. Some of them were meant to be on vacation over New Year. They've all had to come in. No choice. So it's a bit crazy, especially when the hotel has 500 guests and we're running with skeleton staff. So it's madness and mayhem. But we're getting the job done. I just don't know how long everybody's going to last at this rate. So as you can see, I have totally given up on diamond painting pens. I now use tweezers all the time. Really surprised that I've got used to it. So anyway, how is everybody? What's been happening? Anything new? Anything exciting that I missed? Trying to stay home and yeah, that's a good idea. I don't have the luxury. Just basically trying to keep away from everybody as much as possible. Where are you located again, Valerie? I can't remember. You in America? You're older than me. Western NC. I think I asked you this before. NC. Where is NC? North Carolina? I've said it before, my knowledge of the geography of America is terrible. Okay, that was a good guess. So what projects are everybody working on? What are your current whips? I nearly bought another diamond painting yesterday. I put it in the basket and then I tried to pay with PayPal and it didn't accept it. And I thought, okay, it's a sign. So I took it back out. It's not that it didn't accept it. I couldn't click on the button for payment. It was just grey. You're going to get snow. Yeah, the weather's just crazy. They're saying it was the warmest December. We're now in January. It was the warmest December since I don't know when in Denmark. I think it was 10 degrees Celsius the other day. Hi, Em. Happy New Year. We survived another year. Working on a letter C, M, and P with a teddy. Okay, that's different. You two, I don't know if your name is in that because it's French and I don't understand it, but thanks for dropping in and have a good day. Hi, Nicole. Happy New Year. So I was meant to be off. I got home about just after 1 o'clock this morning. Was meant to be off tomorrow and got a phone call. I'm back in. I'm working 11 in the morning till 11 at night. So I'll get back home about 1 o'clock again. Just making sure I'm doing the right one. I don't think we're going to see any snow in Copenhagen this year. See, I've got so used to tweezers, even when I drop them, they don't ping away. I learned that the secret is to gently pick the drills up. And you soon get used to how much pressure. Squeeze too hard and they ping away, especially rounds, because you're not really gripping much of a surface area. But I find it no problem. A long time ago when I tried it, I couldn't pick up the drills. They were shooting away everywhere. And then I started getting a sore hand after a bit when I tried to sort of concentrate on just doing it. I've realised it's because I was squeezing the tweezers far too hard. So now that I've figured that out, I don't have any problem using them at all. So no more pink wax. Valerie. Ah, Belgium. Okay, I automatically thought you were in France. So thanks for dropping in, Valerie, and have a good day. G22. Did Angie sell all of her Diamond Art Club, Carly? I'm just curious if about the discontinued ones. Did they go for a record amount? Val and her creative hobbies. Yeah, I got German at school. Never got French. How many languages do you speak, Carly? Not all. Okay. The one that I nearly bought was a Diamond Art Club. Can't remember the name of it. It's the one that has a lighthouse in it, and it looks like a picture. It's got seagulls that looks as if they're flying out of the picture, and water overflowing the bottom, and some crabs in the bottom. I saw they were doing what was it? Some. Oh, really? Oh, I never knew that. I know about Canada. No, I never knew. Speak two, sort of speak one, understand another. Do you know any Danish? Ja, du dansk. What am I doing? 16. The good thing about working in the hotel is everybody speaks English. I am the only Scottish person who works there. Double checking. Every once in a while I get this feeling that I'm doing the wrong colour or something. So I always stop and check. Discontinued, didn't go for good, right? So, okay. Okay, well, I mean, it's still no speaky Danish. Ja, jeg taler kun lidt dansk. Yeah, not many people speak Danish, only about 6 million people in the world, so you're not alone. I've decided to concentrate on the smaller diamond paintings for a while, take a break from the big ones. So this one's a 30 by 30. Yeah, I thought that when I looked at where I positioned the camera, it's a turtle. Hang on. Where did I put my phone? It does look like a multicoloured, extremely long-eared rabbit. Oh, okay, Carly. I just saw your. I had my phone on silent. Cool. So if it'll go in focus, that's what Carly's working on. Plenty of scope for a multiplacer in that one. Yeah, okay. I was going to look for this. This is what I'm working on, and what you're looking at is the turtle in the bottom corner. So that's its head, that's its eye, that's its flipper. Take it. But you can see nice bright colours, so quite a nice one. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm just going to have a look and see what else I have small. I know I have a lot, and I thought I'll try and get the smaller ones out of the way so the stash isn't as big. Yeah, it's going to be a nice one, I think. It's nice to see bots once in a while. 24 colours in this one. One of the chefs who's now off with Corona, before that happened, he was telling me that he knows another chef who caught Corona back at the beginning, and she still doesn't have any sense of taste or smell. So she had to pack in her job as a chef because obviously taste and smell are an important part of being a chef. So she had to switch jobs because of it. 80 by 140. King Kong, is that life size? That is big. 140. The biggest I've done is 80 by 100. So nearly half as big again. I'm just looking at I've got it on the wall here, 80 by 100. It's big. I'm just thinking 140, that's very big. How long have you been working on that, Valerie? Oh, I just dropped that drill. Do I have a drill? See, I'm not paying attention. 12 ace. First time I've seen a round drill that bad. Move it down here. My 80 by 100 took 202 hours. It's the only one that I actually bothered to time. And it was only because I was just curious. Got to end of October, really started at December 26th. I usually do 2 sections a day. Yeah. That's the thing. Because of the shifts I'm working, I've hardly done any. I did a couple of videos. Try not to fall too far behind doing videos. Did a couple of videos. I've done some time lapse of this, a couple of time lapses that are on Instagram and TikTok, but I haven't really had time. So I sat down and I thought, okay, I'm going to work on this today. I'm not going to finish it, but see how it goes. And then I thought, I'll stick the camera on and see who comes in. Disrespectful confetti. I quite like confetti. Well, there's a fair bit of confetti in this as well. I quite like confetti. But I can understand the appeal of blocks like this. Got a nice little section of red here. You feel you're getting somewhere quickly. Especially if you use a multiplacer, which I've never used. And again, I thought I would never use tweezers. But I don't think I'm ever going to use a multiplacer. I enjoy this, just single placing. I find it relaxing, believe it or not. How many colours does that one have? King Kong. Most colours I've had. There's another one. Most colours I've had is 90 so far. I think that probably will be it. I was looking at that the German site, Carly, I can't remember the name of it. They've got some that are, I forget, 200 and something colours. Crazy. 36. That's not too bad. Oh, nearly put that in the wrong place. What about you, Carly? How many colours are in the teddy bear? I think sort of between 35 and 45 is sort of standard. So this one's only got 24. The only thing using tweezers I've found is after a while this happens. Try and move back a bit. There's glue on the tip, which can be annoying. You pick up a drill and you get a hanger on. It's just because you're constantly touching the glue, and you eventually end up getting it stuck in the tweezer. Um, so did everybody behave at New Year? No wild parties. We all stopped at midnight, just before midnight, at work and had a glass of champagne. So that was it. That was my party. Straight back to work after it. And I found out the champagne that we drank costs 700 kroner a bottle, which I think in pounds it's probably about £70 a bottle. I would rather have had a beer. Wild parties, woohoo! Watched movies at Sissies. You know how to live dangerously, Carly. Have you recovered yet? What's the largest diamond painting you've done, Carly? Just out of curiosity. Mainly because we didn't know. Yeah, Tammy's eldest daughter was here. She brought her dog. He was fine. Just every now and again, he would just lift his head and listen, but he was fine. And actually, at the hotel, we had 600 guests. They were at the hotel with their dogs to get away from the fireworks, because the rooms in the hotel have soundproofing and bulletproof glass, I found out. So when the dogs are in the room, they can't hear any fireworks. So I could hear dogs barking every once in a while. 90 by 60. Yeah, that's pretty big as well. So the dog was chilled out. Yeah, it is pretty bad for some. I used to have a Doberman, and he didn't like fireworks at all. And every year I went to the vets and got some pills for him. No, yeah, that's what I thought. Why? I mean, I'm sure bulletproof glass costs a lot of money. Well, that's what they told me. The rooms are all soundproofed and they have bulletproof glass. It's right next to Copenhagen Airport, so I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. You know, airports can be a target. I mean, they do have security. They've got, like, well, normally I work until 1 o'clock in the morning, and we do have a security guard who's very active. You see him going around the hotel all the time. Just he's constantly on the move, so I suppose security is an important thing. He's not like most most night security guards I know. They have a little office and they've got a TV and a coffee machine, but he's definitely not like that. Yeah, well, hopefully it would hit the airport and then it would just be the flying debris. I think maybe the windows would hold that back. Yeah, it's not bomb-proof. I don't know if you get bomb-proof glass. The thing about I probably mentioned this before, but the thing about our hotel is they've signed a contract to take layovers, like any flights that are cancelled. Our hotel will take up to, I think it's 300 or 350, I can't remember, at the drop of a hat. And that's been happening as well. Uh, we've had some just unbelievably busy nights, just crazy, and we're running on a skeleton staff. One night we were told we had 50, an extra 50 for dinner, and then it turned out it was actually 150. So the chefs were getting everything ready for 50 people, and 150 people came in. So that was interesting. But they got everybody served, and the customers were happy, and that's the main thing. See, a few months ago, if I had dropped that drill, it would have pinged away. Now when I drop them, they just drop. And this is all because of Winter Wonderland from Diamond Dots. Because it had so many ABs. I've always used tweezers to place ABs so I don't damage them. And because the ABs tend to stick to the wax and the pens. So I've just always done ABs, but normally it's only a few. But the Diamond Dots one, I had a lot. So I used tweezers for a while, and then I suddenly realised that I'd been using the tweezers for quite a long time and I wasn't having any problems with them. So I decided just to keep using them. Yeah, it's not quite as bad as I thought it was going to be, not yet anyway, but we have had quite a few layovers. Nearly missed these ones. Time for me to go. It's nice seeing you live, Jim. Thanks for dropping in, Carly. It's always nice to talk to the people that I've been talking to for quite a while. But like I said, since I started this job, I've got a lot less time than I had before. So it's kind of hard to fit it in. But thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Go and watch a movie. Live dangerously. Are you still there, Valerie? I've got a question. Okay. This big one that you're working on, how do you place it on the table? Like, how do you work it? 140, that's long. Do you use a pool noodle or whatever they call it? Or have you just got a massive table? I mean, I find that's the problem with the big ones. It's trying to actually work on them. And when you get to the centre as well, sometimes trying to reach it. The 80 by 100 that I did, it was before I had the drafting table, and it was just the dining room table, and it was really beginning to hurt my back and my neck, just reaching over and looking down all the time. I do have another 80 by 100 to do, but I've just sort of been leaving it at the bottom of the pile. It's quite nice to work in the small ones where you can reach everything, but I'm going to have to do it at some point. Working on a kitchen table, rolled up halfway. Okay, go 4 sections and then turn it and do 4 more. So you mean when you say turn, you mean turn it around, like around and around? Or do you mean you turn it like upside down? You have a drafting table that you're going to. Do you not get a sore neck and a sore back working? There again, I suppose it depends how long you're doing it. I mean, I was spending hours doing that. That's the one that came with 350 bags of 310. So I had a lot of checkerboard to do. Didn't use multiplacer. Just one. Turn it upside down. Okay. So then gradually you're working towards the centre. How do you reach the centre? Do you let the picture hang over the edge of the table that has the drills on it so you can reach? I find that's the problem with the big ones. It's trying to figure out the logistics of the best way to do it or the easiest way to do it. I mean, I'm trying to remember that one. It's been so long, but how did I do that? Yeah, I think I started in the bottom right hand corner and then worked sections across and then went up and did sections across, went up and did sections across, and then it was starting to get to the point I couldn't reach, so I turned it sideways and then did sections up, I suppose it would be in the picture, but across, and then turned it so it was upside down, did the same thing, turned it. I remember getting to the middle was awkward. Okay, Valerie, that'd be cool. Yeah, it'd be good to see. The quietest Facebook group on the internet. I mean, I find it hard to find time to do anything in the group, but when I set it up, the idea was that diamond painters would come in and they would just maybe show pictures of what they were doing or just talk to each other, but it doesn't happen. So I can't sit and babysit it. I mean, it's there if people want to use it, but nobody does. I see that people look at things, but nobody seems to comment or like or anything. But I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. It's there. Simple as that. I mean, the other thing is there are so many diamond painting groups. I just lost that one. Did you have a good idea how big that was before you got it, because I ordered my custom 80 by 100, and I just had no idea how big 80 by 100 was. And then when I saw the number of drills that came with it, I mean, it's nice, it's up and it's framed and everything, but that was a lot of work, that one. Good morning, Nancy. Happy New Year. Thanks for dropping in. Do you ever use tweezers, Nancy? This is my new thing. I use tweezers all the time now. Don't use diamond painting pens. Good morning. What time is it? 2:47 p.m. in Denmark. Here's a random question. How far into the new year do you go before you say Happy New Year? How far do you think is long enough? Because I've been working, my brain is all over the place. Is this the second? Is it the second? Yeah, it's the second. Oh, I was working over New Year. Seen you use tweezers, I drop them all the time. 8:48. Oh, you're in Canada. What's the weather like in Canada? Is it snowy and cold, or are you having a mini heat wave like everywhere else? We had 10 degrees Celsius in Copenhagen, which is crazy this time of year. I can't remember if we spoke before, Nancy, about Canada. I visited Canada for a month a long time ago. Really, really nice. Just takes practice, Nancy. Just nice and gentle. I think definitely the problem for me at the beginning was squeezing the drills too hard. Ontario. Yeah, I don't think we're going to we had a sprinkling of snow on Christmas Day, but I think that could be it for this year. I don't know if they're expecting cold fronts to come in. I know it's meant to get down to -1 in a few days, but I mean, that isn't cold. Well, not for here. And we hardly had any snow last year. And the worst of the winter weather tends to be the end of January, beginning of February. Ontario, that's the opposite side, isn't it, where I was? I was Calgary, Red Deer, Banff, Edmonton, that sort of area. BC. What was that place? I can't remember the name. I went to the ice fields somewhere. See someone else since last year. So if you met somebody in August, Nancy, and you hadn't seen them, you would say Happy New Year? Oh no, till March. Okay. I don't know. What is the etiquette for Happy New Year? March, that's quite a long time. So following that means that you would say Merry Christmas to people in February. Okay, not much left in this section. I mean, we don't do that because obviously it's like it's Christmas then, it's New Year. But can you imagine if they were like 6 months apart? Then you'd be saying Merry Christmas to people 2 months, 3 months after Christmas. Is Easter a big thing in Canada? Do you give people Easter cards? Do you do cards? Just thinking about that. And Valerie as well. Like, do you send Christmas cards anymore, or have you ever sent them? I know some people just don't do cards. We don't. Yeah, I thought I saw something in that one. $40 Christmas cards. Wow. Do you seal the cards? Because I'm thinking drills would probably pop off or slide off. 40 Christmas cards. That is a lot. Do you have to take a loan out to buy stamps? How much is a stamp? Don't really get stamps now in Denmark. It's all electronic. You go into the PostNord app and you get a code, and then you just write the code number in the corner where a stamp would go. You didn't seal them. Did they arrive okay? I'm guessing not, since you're saying you probably will next year. We really celebrated Easter when my kids were little, but just a big meal and celebrate together. Did you do the paint the eggs and roll them down the hill and all that stuff? All I can remember when I was a kid is we painted the eggs, but we never went and rolled them or anything like that. Yes, postage is getting higher. The diamond painting cards had an extra 30 cents. Since the envelope, since the envelopes were square, seriously, it was extra because they were square. So Christmas cards are still a thing. I'm kind of surprised because postage is 58. Postage is 58 and they charge an extra 30 cents. That's expensive when you're sending 40. Just send a text message like everybody else. It's free. That's what I was going to say. I'm sure it's affected the Christmas card making companies. People tend to send texts or gifts or e-cards. I don't think you were here, Nancy, when I showed the picture, just to let you see what this is, because I know it looks like a rabbit. It isn't. That's what I'm working on. And what we're looking at just now is this one. So it's its flipper. Are they called flippers? So it looks like an ear. Why is it a different price? Because they're square? It doesn't make any sense. I thought maybe it was because of the weight. Obviously, diamond painting cards would be a bit heavier than normal. By next year, it'll be $1. Yeah, that's just weird. Easter egg hunts, we never did them. Sounds like fun though. I'm sure kids would enjoy that. So I'll try and get as much diamond painting done today as I can, because I got called in. I'm doing a 12-hour shift tomorrow, and they don't know if it's just one day or if it's going to be more. So yeah, I like them. I like brightly coloured diamond paintings. That's crazy. I'm going to tell people about that. Getting charged extra because of the shape of the envelope. Unbelievable. I know in Denmark we get charged as part of our electricity bill, we get charged for delivery of the electricity. Nobody actually delivers it. I mean, it just comes through a wire. But we get charged. That's one of the fees added on, delivery charge. Get a triangular card next year and see how much. Just say, you should have asked them. You should have said, how much is a triangle? And what if I get a circular one? Is it more expensive the more sides the shape has? Okay, we're getting close to finishing. We'll finish this section. I think I'll go and make a coffee. How much of the King Kong have you got done, Valerie? Roughly, like percentage of the picture? I suppose it. Yeah, you said you had recently started it, so I imagine it's still in the early stages. When do you think you'll finish it? That's the big question. Do you have a date to make it for, like a birthday or anything like that? Okay, Valerie, have a look. I'll do that right now. Well, you've done quite a lot. Well, there's a lot of black in that. September, right, okay. So this is what Valerie's working on. King Kong in the Empire State Building. Is that all black? Or is there a lot of different colours in that bit? I'm sure it's going to look really cool when it's done. September. Okay, so that's your deadline. Yeah, you'll manage that. You've done a good section of that. Okay, last one, number 5. It's that, yeah, that really dark blue. Yeah, I just got mine framed at a professional framer. I forget how much it was, but I know it was expensive because of the size. But nowadays I use the magnetic frames because I quickly realised framing every single diamond painting is going to cost quite a bit of money. Apart from that, I don't think I have wall space, considering I've got, I don't know, how many have I got now? Mm, Okay, I've got 45 that I haven't done yet. I've got one on the way. So counting this one, that'd be 47. So 47 frames. So what I do now is use magnetic frames. That way I can swap the pictures out and just use the same magnetic frame for the same size. The only ones that don't really work is the heavy ones, like an 80 by 100 magnetic frame wouldn't hold that. It's too heavy. So I've got some that have got magnetic frames, but I've had to glue the frame at the top. Used Gorilla Glue. So that's sort of, it sort of defeats the purpose of being able to swap them out, but I actually prefer not having glass because if you've got any light in the room, like a window, um, you see the reflection in the glass all the time. And I feel that you don't really see the drills at their best if there's glass or perspex in front. So I now go for the magnetic frames. And I mean, before I did it, people kept saying about dust. I've got some here that have been hanging for, I don't know, must be getting close to a year, and they still look fine. I'm not saying there isn't dust on them, but it's not noticeable. The drills still glisten, so they look okay. I mean, I suppose I could use a duster, like a feather duster type thing, just do a gentle wipe over it. I don't know. Maybe different if you have like cats and dogs, maybe. Hairs floating about in the air, maybe. Especially with round drills where you've got that little gap where the glue will be. Maybe hairs would stick to that. I don't know. TSA. What does TSA mean? Fisherman's Cottage by um, I think is that the same person that did that C one? I'm gonna check. No, the one that I was looking at, the artist is Dominic Davison. Oh, Treasure Studio Art. I don't think I've got anything from them. It's been a while since I looked at sites. That's the one that I was looking at. I was thinking about getting it. And then when I went to pay with PayPal, the Pay Now button was grey. It wouldn't let me click on it. And I thought, that's a sign. So I took it back out of the basket, didn't get it. But really different, a lot of detail in it. That's the actual picture, but what I like about Diamond Art Club is they actually show you the finished product as well. Not contains news. That's the actual diamond painting. Still looks pretty good. Just going to check today's corona total in Denmark. They give us the totals at 2 o'clock every day. So 7,954 new. That's a lot less than it's been. I think the other day it was 21,000 and something. 15 people died. 62 more in hospital, 3 more in intensive care, and 1 on a respirator. So this is how our daily infections are going. You see the massive peak at the end. And then it dropped away down here. So hopefully that is the big peak. And then we've got a map of Denmark showing where the main areas are of infection. So Copenhagen's here. No surprise, one of the darkest areas. Anyway, I'm looking at this picture again. I still might decide to go for it. I like it. But then I look at my list and I've still got like about 50. I'm thinking I've actually still got some time in Dark Club as well. I won a gift card and it was my first from them. No, okay. Treasure Studio Art. I'm going to have a quick look. Then I'm going to go and have a coffee. Treasure Studio Art. Yeah, it's nice. Again, a bit different, bit unusual. Okay, I don't think I've got anything from these. Until I look at it later, I think. It's probably not what to do on your day off work. Sit and start looking at diamond paintings. I know where that leads. Anyway, I'm going to head off and have a coffee. So thanks for dropping in, spending a bit of time. It's nice to talk to people. It always is. So it'll be good to see your progress, Valerie. You should maybe throw a picture up in the group once in a while. I'll look at it if nobody else will. Yeah, I'm just curious to see what it looks like when it's fully 140 centimeters. That's big, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. I'm sure he'll be very pleased with it in September. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks for dropping in, Nancy, as well, and chatting. Always makes it worthwhile when people actually talk about stuff. Just sitting here talking to yourself gets a bit boring. So thanks for dropping in, and not sure when I'll be back. Not sure when I'm working. So hopefully I'll be back on within a few days, and you can see the next section or the next one. I may actually do another section later. So, yep, that's it for today. Have a happy Sunday, everybody. And in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.